Coming up, we'll see Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott face off for the first time. It's a series Dallas leads 56-33, but Arizona has won 5 of the last 6. It's Week 17, and it's headed your way on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Zerline's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray now. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Play fake, Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Second down and 8. From the gun, Murray. He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. Then he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Open man Green. He's got it. Touchdown Arizona. A.J. Green. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is Tony Pollard. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 25 carries, 59 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one too low. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Prescott from the gun. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch.
And the Cowboys are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Now Elliott. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Zerline good with a PAT.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense.
And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now from Murray. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray.
He'll swing that out to Edmonds.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. teams all tied after one. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a give to Edmonds. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 29, Murray looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
7 yards, the pickup there. From the 41, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Wiggles free. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to.
He's got a man complete. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 14-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. A give to Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 44, Prescott. And this is incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That is caught by Lamb. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. As we find ourselves in Week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love what you just talked about there. There's no pressure. There's pride, right? So the higher he can take that number and rank with his peers, everyone wants to be number one. He wants to post that number like a good golfer, right? Post the best score and go to the clubhouse and kick back and see if anyone can match it.
Well, and he's the go-to guy here out wide. We'll see what they can do with him in this game. Defensively, they have a big challenge on their hands. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st down, Murray. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. First down, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Open man Lamb. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Moore now to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Neville Gallimore on the stop. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The return man, Wilson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Elliott, toss right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 44, Prescott to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Completes it right side to Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. They go to Elliott again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and
and it'll come out to the 25.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing now is Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. First carry for James Conner. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Let's go. Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Here's Conner. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, Murray. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals! Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now Pollard. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Draw play, Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A first down throw for Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington, working with 2nd and 5 now. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So a nice kick there as they're able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
More now on the return. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is end of the weekend in the NFC. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun now from Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the 1st as he's dropped at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Murray now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Here's Connor on the read option.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Murray. This is caught. It's Kirk.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Murray going to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Now Murray's got to have this one. Going deep for Hopkins. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Murray, he's used to moving fast in Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. And he's got it. Touchdown! James Conner, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from taking the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Prater on to add the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. A 10-play drive that time. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Dak and the Cowboys down 28-27. A minute 17 remains. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Now Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Prescott. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time, Prescott on 4th. He's going to let it fly.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Now it's the Cardinals' turn, trailing by 2 after the made field goal. 25 seconds remaining. Now their lead is evaporated, but they still have a shot on 1st down. Back to throw, Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Dallas, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.